As Chennai churns this morning, it is these two men who are firmly in the spotlight. On the one hand, there is TTV Dinakaran, controversy's favorite child as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, a man who could soon join his aunt in prison. On the other hand, it's O. Paneerselvam, the man who stands to gain the mantle of the AIADMK with a big, ambitious peace deal on the table and being negotiated after a unprecedented 60-day destructive war that has been full of crossfire, abusiveness and violent mudslinging. Where is the power center finally going to be as far as the AIADMK is concerned? That's the big question right here on the Chennai Churn. Coverage here on India Today. I'm Shiv Arur. Good morning. Thanks if you've just joined us on our coverage. It's been a morning of big developments right here on India Today as we continue to cover every single development in the Chennai Churn. We're privileged to be joined this morning first off by N. Ram, veteran journalist, joining us live this morning from Chennai. Mr. Ram, thank you so much for being with us. I'd like to know your reading of the current churn, sir. There is talk of this big peace deal that's on the table, for the AIADMK to reunite completely. Your reading, how are you reading what's happening right now? What do you think is going to happen next, sir?
I can't hear you.
Okay, Mr. Ram can't hear me, so I'm going to try and fix that audio in just a bit. But we've been speaking to some of the big newsmakers in Chennai. We've been speaking to the finance minister, the health minister, and several others who've given us their first sense of what the next step is going to be. Remember, many of these ministers are in a controversial spotlight as far as income tax raids are concerned. They've been involved in the big give and take as far as this proper peace deal of the AIADMK is concerned as well. Let's listen into some of those big newsmakers who've, as usual, spoken to India Today first. Here's Jayakumar first, the finance minister.
Suggesting that everyone has gathered here for some sort of a secret meeting. Really.
No, that is not a secret meeting. Purely yesterday, CM has dedicated this ship to Chennai. So based on that, the Major General, he asked what actually the Navy, how far dedicated to the nation, they are sacrificing life, that it should be seen by the MLAs, MPs, minister. So they actually asked the chief CM. Based on that, all MLAs we send the invitations. So whoever get the invitations, they come and sit here. No, that is as what you said. No, that is a secret meeting. That is totally false.
Sir, there are comparisons of this to Kuvatur.
No. It's totally false.
So after this, will all of you MLAs be coming together for a discussion on a merger?
It is totally pardon?
After this tour, will everyone here who's been asked to come here go ahead?
Yesterday we told clearly that the OP is ready to talk. No, we welcome that speech. So based on that, no, we also stated that we are also ready. But all OP is ready means we together sit and we will discuss.
Well, India Today also caught up with Vijay Bhaskar, controversial Tamil Nadu health minister, who was the subject of income tax raids just a few days ago surrounding the RK Nagar bipole. Here's what Vijay Bhaskar said to us. On board the Indian Navy's destroyer INS Chennai, which is in the Chennai port, and on board which you've got 122 ministers and MLAs as VVIP guests this morning.
Interestingly, you've got so many ministers and everyone of importance present here, including Mr. Vijay Bhaskar, the man in the midst of an IT storm. He too is present here on board the ship. Mr. Vijay Bhaskar, as far as the merger is concerned, are you for a merger with the OPS faction?
But I didn't get your point.
Are you for joining hands with the OPS government?
Definitely. Merger. We all good. I mean, party integrity is very important. Definitely, unity is very important. I mean, all the senior ministers told the same.
But sir, for months we've seen a lot of infighting. What has changed things now? What has changed things?
I'll speak to you.
Okay, veteran journalist N. Ram is back with us. He's live with us from Chennai. Mr. Ram, I hope you can hear me now. Wanted to get your, your assessment, Mr. Ram, of this tantalizing peace deal that's in the works within the AIADMK after this 60 days of warring Your reading of it, sir?
I think the first principle must be we don't jump the gun. Secondly, it is clear that if you look at the political situation, among those who support the AIDMK and the party's sympathizers, it is clearly OPS who has the maximum support. So that's, I think, everything hinges around it, and he can play a waiting game. They have nothing to lose because the bulk of the MLAs are, for whatever reason, on the other side. But now, after various things happen, and particularly the latest charge against Dinakaran, very curious affair, I think there's a feeling in the other camp, and generally in the party, those who support the party, that you're losing the plot. And particularly after the R.K. Nagar by-election was sort of cancelled,
yes,
with no certainty about when it's going to be held, and the whole question of uncertainty over the symbol, the party symbol, the election symbol, they have been weakened, they've been eroded, their strength, political strength has been clearly eroded. So I think this has gone on, and the message has gone to Sashikala in jail. And what would she do? Being a little smarter than Dinakaran, I think, she's trying to cut her losses. The reports are correct that she's going to step down, and also for some reason didn't meet Dinakaran in jail.
Right.
She already made up her mind, it appears, from your own reports, that she has no option but to step down if she's to say anything of what is left for her in the AIDMK. So that's where we are right now. But I think whatever be the immediate arrangement, and I don't want to speculate on it, I don't want to jump the gun on it, it is clear to me that the primary person, the person who will be able to hold the AIDMK together is OPS and nobody else in that party, because they have he's got the maximum support, as I said, not necessarily among the whole electorate, but among those who support the AIDMK and sympathizers of the party. So I don't want to speculate on who's going to be chief minister, but it makes sense to assume that at some point people will want OPS to be the chief minister and not the EPS. But I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But they have the upper hand now. Right. The OPS group has clearly the upper hand, notwithstanding the fact that it has a minority of the MLAs with it.
Mr. Ram, it's been a very destructive, vicious, factional war between these two camps within the AIDMK over spanning 2 months. And, some very, very extreme things have been said by both sides about the other side, about individuals, about OPS, EPS, Sasikala, etc. Given how vicious this factional fight has been, sir, and you've been watching it very, very closely, what in your view were the compelling factors or the motivations to try and make peace and reunite the AIDMK?
Yes, I think the viciousness is a secondary issue. It's happened in the past in the same party and movement. But what is important, what are the motivating factors? I think it's the ground beneath their feet is giving way, it's slipping. That is for the ruling faction of the AIDMK. And it's clear that Sashikala and Dinakaran will not be able to continue for very long the way they have, trying to do some backseat driving, raising controversies with the election commission, seemingly on the defensive there, with a very poor prospect of getting the party symbol. All this, I think, is beginning to impress itself on the collective mind of the ruling camp, and I think one by one you'll see people defecting from that camp. A few hardliners may hold out for whatever reason, but I don't see them being in a position to hold out for very long. And OPS, on the other hand, can sit pretty, can say. I mean, you saw his statements. You heard his statements that they'll approach me and etc. I'm waiting for them to approach me, etc. So he's not going to make any move. He's just going to listen to them. But the sentiment below in that camp is very, very clear. They want OPS as the top leader in that party and probably as chief minister. Whether you can have a dual power center with, they're not Jayalalitha, who held both. So they're not even Sashikala, who could do things behind the scenes with all the money power she has. But whether the two posts can be separated, namely the post of the chief minister and the party general secretary, I very much doubt. So sooner or later, it will have to be OPS with the EPS as his deputy. I think that's probably in their own interest, probably the best. But whether it's going to happen, as I said, I don't want to speculate.
So would you say in that case, Mr. Ram, that Mr. Paneerselvam is in the strongest position right now in the current fluid situation? I mean, there are other power centers. There is, of course.
Yes, I would say that. Not that the chief minister is a lightweight. He's a party veteran. And both are controversial. There have been allegations against both. But right now, it's OPS who's sitting pretty, who's as you said, in the strongest position in the party. But how long it will take before power reaches him eventually, we cannot speculate at this point.
Mr. N. Ram, thank you so much for joining us this morning here on India Today. We're also joined by our reporters live from Delhi. We have Anup, who's been speaking to all the central leaders of the AIADMK. We also have with us Akshaya Nath, who's right outside Dinakaran's residence. Akshaya, I quickly want to come to you first because there appears to be some movement there. But is this Dinakaran expected to leave his house anytime soon and attend any of those meetings that have been planned already around this big peace deal for the AIADMK, Akshay?
Well, Shiv, we're seeing that more and more leaders of the AIADMK have been coming here. In fact, Vechivel was just here a few minutes back. And before that, we had Sengotian, Thambidurai, Dindikal, Srinivasan and Talavai Sundaram, who had also arrived here, and they had all come to meet and talk to TTV Dinakaran. According to our sources, we are also being told that this is a discussion to make TTV Dinakaran understand and also inform him about how they wanted united front for the AIADMK and how this OPS merger will be an important factor to also establish to the Election Commission that they need the two-leaf symbol back, they need their identity back, and this is the time when the AIADMK is going through a very, very tough phase. We've already seen how the AIADMK Sashikala faction has been alleged to have done bribery, and in fact Vijay Bhaskar was also had an IT raid at his residence. So all these factors has put a very, very tough situation for the AIADMK Sashikala faction, which has also forced them now to think about a merger with OPS's faction, who right now are in a much more better state and are having a better audience support, the public support here. In fact, we've also seen how TTV Dinakaran has been booked under a new case, and that is also one of the factors which has made these leaders want for a proper stable leadership. And in fact, Sashikala nor TTV Dinakaran have been able to give them this stable leadership that they've been expecting. Right from former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha's demise, we have been seeing that the AIADMK has been struggling and it has not been having a proper leadership. And now we're seeing a few people moving out of TTV Dinakaran's residence also. All these leaders had come earlier to have a talk with TTV Dinakaran, and also this was a very, very important meeting that they wanted so that they can realize and understand the importance of this merger. O. Paneerselvam has also sent out a message saying that the Sashikala faction is forming a committee and he's waiting for their message and he's waiting for the merger details to come out. So these are important developments here, Shiv, and this is for the last 3 to 4 months. The political turmoil in the state is still ongoing. We had seen Edapadi Palnisamy also being approached by Sengotian today, while yesterday Thambidurai had met him, and all the factors had only one subject to talk about. That was the merger, the importance of this merger, and also the political development that will be bringing about. Shiv, there are like few important scenarios that we have to keep in mind. One is that what will be the situation of the AIADMK once the merger take place, because the OPS faction has insisted that Sashikala and the Manarkudi family should not be there. So what will be their hold in the party? At the same time, we had also earlier seen how Edapadi K. Palnisamy was made the chief minister. So will he be continuing in the position? These are all big questions that we'll have to wait for, Shiv.
That's the most tantalizing aspect of this developing story. Where are people going to be left standing? N. Ram says OPS is in the strongest possible position. What about the Chief Minister Palanisamy, also a party veteran? What about the Manargudi family? That's the most tantalizing question. It's a fluid situation as far as TTV Dinakaran and Sasikala are concerned. Will they cut their losses? Will they move out? It's a possibility, but the future of the AIADMK is also pegged to what happens to them. Let's never forget. I also want to bring in India Today's Anup, who joins us live from Delhi. Anup, you've been in touch with many central leaders of the AIADMK as well. You spoke to Thambidurai as well a short while ago. They are trying to play down this very violent, vicious factional fight that has played out over 2 months. How confident are they, Anup, that, you know, among the people who've been speaking to you on camera, and I bet there are many who've been speaking to you off camera as well, that this peace is sustainable?
Yeah, Siv, as you said, both of the factions want to unite. That is one of the message they are trying to send across, and that is what clearly Mr. Thambidurai, while speaking to India Today, said that the first thing is that only they are not going to discuss anything about the modalities and things like that, though it is secretly being worked out. They want that, you know, it is the legacy of Amma they want to carry forward, and it is with the support of the people and the mandate given to them, they should be united. That is the one word which is being told from Mr. Thambidurai. But as far as we understand that, you know, there have been parleys, as you said right now, that senior leaders like Sengotian and others had come and met, you know, the several leaders, especially Dinakaran and also EPS. So what we understand is that the feelers are very strong from the OPS camp, and the support is also overwhelming towards him. And this is a point when, you know, Dinakaran is facing legal hurdles and things like that. So they are cleaning the things close to their chest.
Right.
That's why they don't want to divulge anything at the moment.
Yeah.
But one thing is certain, that what Thambidurai is hinting is that they are closing towards a merger.
You know, I have a feeling like you, Anup. Even I have a feeling that, you know, many of these leaders themselves probably don't know what the next step really is as far as the AIADMK is concerned. So that's why they're keeping their cards very close to their chest. Well, remember yesterday there was an FIR that was lodged against TTV Dinakaran in the entire symbol gate controversy, accused of paying 60 crores to an intermediary to win back the two-leaf symbol of the AIADMK.